Birding the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Check out thepalmbeaches.tv to learn more. Welcome to this week's episode of Birding the Palm Beaches. On this week's show, we're going to explore the urban and coastal birding of Palm Beach County. Let's go, birding the Palm Beaches. Palm Beach County is one of the largest and most eco-diverse counties in all of Florida, and the Palm Beaches are a paradise of never-ending outdoor activities and things to do and see. An unmatched landscape of first-rate birding, incredible wildlife management areas, year-round fishing, a multitude of water sports, and exceptional beaches make this the best place to experience Florida. From the Everglades to the Atlantic Ocean, you are sure to find things to do that will stoke your passions and make lasting memories. Here in the Palm Beaches, birding and wildlife viewing is a big deal, even bigger than you might imagine. In fact, birding is second only to beach-related activities as a form of outdoor recreation for both visitors and residents. If you're already into birding, you probably know that Florida and Palm Beach County is considered one of the best places in the world for this activity. South Florida is a birding mecca, from the colorful and distinctive natural populations of wading birds to the specialties like Florida scrub jays and red-cockaded woodpeckers, combined with the winter migration of flocks from up north. Palm Beach County is truly a birdwatcher's paradise. Birding the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Check out thepalmbeaches.tv to learn more. Now, these ephemeral wetlands are not only important for birds, but a whole diverse variety of other wildlife, like bobcats. And here this morning, we've got fresh footprints of a nice bobcat that's been walking down, probably had a drink of water here, and is now headed back into the thick scrub.
So we're still in Pine Glades, and we're about a mile down south of the parking lot here. But I wanted to come down here and highlight this habitat here, this low grass and low palmetto and scattered pines. And this is a great spot to come and look for the northern bobwhite. So bobwhites used to be really numerous here in South Florida all throughout the state, but FWC is actually asking the public to report sightings now because their range has contracted so much. And the reason for that, in large part, is fire suppression. So the actual fact that we are reintroducing prescribed fire here on our natural areas, this land here we're standing in did not look like this 10 years ago. It was grown up, bushes all over the place, palmettos, but with the reintroduction of fire and management, we have this low grass here and low palmetto habitat that the bobwhites love. And now this is one of the best places and most consistent places where you can come out in the springtime and hear these birds, and if you're lucky, even see one.
So we've been to some amazing spots this morning. What more have you got in store?
So we just drove about 20 minutes from Pine Glades and we're back east here at Frenchman's Forest Natural Area. This has got an amazing mixed hardwood canopy forest. So today we're going to be checking out some of those songbirds, some more of the warblers, and see if we can luck into maybe some painted buntings, maybe some of those tanagers, some of those species.
Awesome.
All right, so James, I wanted to bring you out here because when you visit Frenchman's, no visit is complete until you make a stop here on the observation platform overlooking this lagoon. And as you can see, there's mangroves all around here. So the Intracoastal is only about a quarter mile east of us. We're situated right here between the Loxahatchee River and the Lake Worth Lagoon. And this is a great spot to come and get a few wading birds on your list for the day, and also maybe even luck into a manatee.
So Frenchman's Forest is known for, I suppose, a lot of warblers in this habitat, right?
Right, absolutely. So this is kind of one of the best spots to come, especially during the winter. See some of those warblers and some of the other songbirds, you know, the painted buntings, the tanagers that winter here. You can see we're canopied by these massive live oaks. Underneath we've got cocoa plum and this wild coffee. There's just a lot of forage for these birds here.
Oh, there we've got a painted bunting male. You see that? Beautiful.
Yeah, right in here. He just dropped into this brush here.
Lovely. And there's a female as well, just behind it.
Oh yes, yeah, I got her.
On the ground. Just hopped up. That's very cool.
Nice.
Painted buntings. What beautiful birds.
I mean, the color, it just looks like something out of a storybook, you know? It doesn't look real.
Beautiful male painted bunting. What a stunning bird. Look at the colors on this bird, nearly every color in the rainbow. Blue, red, green on the back. Oh, what a magnificent bird. And you know, a lot of people think that painted buntings are buntings, but they're not actually true buntings. They are related to the cardinals, and they're part of the cardinal family. Wow, what a beauty this male is. And like most of the cardinal-like buntings, the males are brightly colored and the females are very, very drab. You can see the female is a very uniform green color. And also the young males will look just like the females until they brighten up and get their coloring. Painted buntings are listed as near threatened by the IUCN. And the reason for that is there's been a dramatic decline in their numbers over the years because they are captured in great numbers in their wintering grounds for the cage bird trade. Painted buntings range from the eastern seaboard of the United States of America down through the south, and then they winter in the Caribbean and Central America, all the way down to Panama, Costa Rica, and other parts of Central America.
So the amazing thing about painted buntings is they have a cut-off line around about the Space Coast in northern Florida, and that's where from there northwards you'll see them almost year-round. But down here you're only likely to see painted buntings during the winter time, and this is one of the best places to see them. Just goes to show you, you can get out beyond your doorsteps here in Palm Beach County. Remember, go to the website pbcnaturalareas.com to learn more about these fantastic places. This is Birding the Palm Beaches.
Birding the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Check out thepalmbeaches.tv to learn more. This is Kyle Rossen from Mang, and he does some pretty cool stuff with mangroves. Tell us about it.
Sure. So Mang is for the environment. We're an environmental apparel brand that gives back. So for every product we sell, we plant a mangrove in your name, and then we give you the latitude and longitude. So today we're actually at our new planting location built by the county, and it's called Tarpon Cove. So today, a lot of people from the community are going to have their first opportunity to plant mangroves grown by Mang. So we're happy and we're excited to do this. It's not every day we get to get out and plant mangroves. These mangroves we've been growing in our nursery for over 2 years. So it's a special opportunity for us to connect the community and also to revitalize our habitat for birds, fish, and aquatic species. So today we're planting over 3,000 mangroves. In total, Mang has planted over 125,000 mangroves worldwide.
Wow.
So we've had a great opportunity to connect with the community in a lot of ways, just here in the local community in Palm Beach County, and then also to our international projects around the world. Environmentalism is all about giving back, so we put people, planet, profit, right?
Good launch, baby.
Hey guys, it's Kyle Rawson with Mang Gear, and today we're doing our inaugural planting of Tarpon Cove. This island was built by Palm Beach County ERM in an effort to restore our coastlines. Mang is donating over 1,500 mangroves to this project today, and we're going to be inviting the community with over 100 volunteers to come plant. We've got Spartina going in the ground, red mangroves, and we've got a lot of love for these mangs.
Today we're at Tarpon Cove, the latest mangrove restoration project in the Palm Beaches. Benji, tell me what's going on here.
All right, so this is really exciting, James. Tarpon Cove, like you said, it's the newest restoration project here in Lake Worth Lagoon. So this is the county's largest estuary, 20 miles in length from north to south, and we've been working hard for decades to restore habitat here. And this is kind of a model of what we've been doing for the last 15 years, which is filling up dredged holes. So these are unproductive cavities within the bottom of the lagoon that don't support a lot of habitat. And we're taking sand and backfilling these and bringing them up to create seagrass habitat, oyster reef, and mangroves. And today we've got 2 islands done here at Tarpon Cove, which will eventually be 45 acres of habitat. And we're gonna plant some mangroves today.
Wow, and tell us a little bit why mangroves are so important. I mean, they're great for filtering the water, keeping it clean, correct, and any other benefits?
Sure. So mangroves are hugely important on a number of different facets. I mean, obviously you talked about filtering the water quality. The other thing they do is provide nurseries for juvenile fish, right? They're so productive. They're filled with crabs and crustaceans and all this kind of life, and the juvenile fish take shelter here, they feed here, and they grow up before they can go out into the lagoon and then offshore. In total, for these 2 events, we'll have a little over 70 kids from different schools around the area who are going to come out here and help plant mangroves. Some of these schools have actually been raising these mangroves, so they're planting mangroves they've been raising for about a year in pots at their school. And then we also have a couple of schools locally here that are going to come out and keep monitoring this planting after it happens. So we're providing all of those benefits that we talked about, but we're also providing an outdoor classroom for kids to connect with our local environment.
That's so awesome. You know, it's so important when we look at living in these sort of urban and peri-urban areas where people really don't get the chance to explore the outdoors. We're now offering an opportunity here right in the Palm Beaches for local kids, local youth, for outdoor enthusiasts to really get out on the intracoastal waterway right in their backyards and enjoy nature. And this is going to be a huge investment for the future. So this whole mangrove project is really a community effort, right? You're getting everybody from the community involved. I see we've got the West Palm Beach Fishing Club here, for example. Tell us a little bit about the partners involved.
Right, so partnerships have been integral to this project, right? And it started, Palm Beach County ERM, we're the ones doing the restoration, but we got the sand for free, and that was from Rybovich Marina as well as Florida Inland Navigation District. They were doing dredging projects, and instead of disposing of the fill, they brought it here and placed it for free for us. So all of this sand that was used to create these islands, we got for free, so this is really efficient. Mang Gear is here, an awesome local apparel company. They're donating 1,200 mangroves today to be planted on the island. And then we also have the LSIG community, which is right where these islands are here in West Palm Beach, who are coming out to plant, and over 2 planting projects, about 70 school kids are going to be out here as well. It's just a fantastic way to not only build habitat, but also engage the community in caring about the nature that's right on their doorstep. So James, another thing that these mangrove restoration projects are doing, which is getting more and more important, is they're helping to mitigate climate change. So we've lost a lot of mangrove habitat over the last several decades, but mangroves are really a carbon sink. And so they're important for fighting climate change, but the other thing that they do is they help protect infrastructure here locally. And the way they do that is to break up wave attenuation and help to mitigate some of those storm surge effects that we see with this increased storm frequency that's happening as we see climate change kind of progress. So again, I mean, this island here, while it was a struggle for these residents to look at for a couple of years, now it's going to be habitat for fish, birds, just all kinds of species, a living classroom, and it's going to help us in the fight against climate change.
And it's going to provide a fishery for all that excellent offshore fishing that we have in the Palm Beaches, correct?
Absolutely, you got it. All those baby snapper and grouper and everything that we love to go out and catch, they're growing up right here.
So when you say a carbon sink, we're talking about mangroves taking carbon out of the atmosphere and releasing oxygen into the atmosphere, correct?
Correct. So they're really a tremendous carbon sink.
Well, we all know that together we make the biggest difference, and we start local, we start small, and we hope that these kind of projects spread out, leading by example, correct?
Absolutely, James.
Birding the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Check out thepalmbeaches.tv to learn more.
Today we worked with Mang and we did a restoration work on a couple of islands that were created as part of Snook Island's natural area. And we took, I want to say, around 36 volunteers to 3 separate islands, and I think it was around 800 mangroves or so that got planted today. I know Lake Worth Lagoon over the past decades has been pretty much concreted to death. A lot of the original mangroves that were here were destroyed with barriers along the seawalls. And I know fishermen are very happy with Snook Islands because I've heard of the big fish that they're catching out there. And so we're looking forward to watching them grow up and create some habitat for birds and fish and other wildlife.
That's Big Bertha right there, and she's the biggest tree Mang's ever planted. She's about been in the ground for over 2 years now, and she's really taken root. And she is a beautiful specimen.
All right, Big Bertha. I like the name. Oh, this is cool. Just pulling up here into a restorative mangrove project, and I'm here with Kyle from Mang. Tell us a little bit about Mang and what you guys do.
Sure. So Mang is an environmental apparel brand, and our focus is to restore coastlines. So for every product we sell, we plant a mangrove. So this is one of our first projects actually. It's called Bryant Park, and it's a southwestern island. And recently we just did a little restoration here, and we're just checking it out just to make sure our mangs are still kicking.
So we're going to spend this morning out with Kyle. He's going to take us around these mangrove islands. We're in a place called Snook Island's natural area in Lake Worth. And we're also going to spend some time with Benji Studt, who's going to be launching some kayaks and heading in the same area that we're going to be heading.
So we've got fish jumping all around here. And another cool bird species that showed up last year in 2019. I think this year is the 17th year in a row that we've had American oyster catchers nesting and reproducing here in Lake Worth Lagoon. But last year we had black skimmers show up. So it's another one of these state-listed bird species. Black skimmers are these incredibly dramatic black and white birds with an orange beak. That beak is shaped just like a knife blade. And if you look closely at them, what you'll notice is the bottom part of that beak is longer than the top. And that's because they use that to feed. So what they'll do is they'll fly over the water and they'll put that bottom portion of their beak in the water and skim that water. And as soon as they feel that beak hit something, they snap it closed and bring it up. And that's kind of how those birds feed. This is the largest bird in the tern family. And so to have them here breeding in Lake Worth Lagoon, on the ground where they're supposed to be after decades of absence, is just another sign that our restoration is doing the right thing.
So we're going to plant a red mangrove, and Kyle's going to demonstrate exactly how that is done. Is there anything special to it?
You know, planting red mangoes is actually very similar to planting trees. You're gonna dig a hole, place it in the hole, make sure it's got the proper depth, and then just fill sediment on top. We don't really need to pack it too tight because we've got this great tide coming in, and that's gonna really settle all the sediment, and it's gonna suction itself into the ground.
The one difference is we don't need to water them afterwards.
That's right. Legit.
Legit.
All right. So we're just gonna make sure you get the proper depth. So we'd like to make sure that the plug gets about a ½ inch to an inch of sediment on top. That'll help suction it down when that tide comes back in. It's better to plant when the ground is dry versus when you're planting in the water, just because that hole likes to fill in on itself. So we try to always plant at low tide or just at the incoming. Make sure we get proper placement, and it'll give us a better idea for where we can see like where the shorelines get exposed at low tide. So every area is going to be a little bit different, but basically we're just going to bring that soil in right on top, you know, everything that we stuck out of that hole, and we're just going to work it, massage it back in a little bit, and then the tide's going to actually level this out over time. So that sediment will begin to kind of just flush in around, and as this tree drops out all its prop roots, the beautiful thing is it's going to grab sediment. So actually this land is going to be built up rather than you know, washing away.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Very cool.
So just like that, make sure he's vertical to the sky, and we just planted a mangrove just like that.
Awesome.